If global leaders were cast in a reality TV show about extreme wealth, Kim Jong-un would be impossible to ignore. While most of the world associates North Korea with isolation, discipline, and scarcity, the personal life of its supreme leader tells a radically different story. One of private palaces, luxury cars, imported delicacies, and tastes that would make even Western billionaires raise an eyebrow. This video takes a deep, carefully sourced look at the opulent lifestyle attributed to Kim Jong-un, separating exaggeration from credible reporting, and presenting it in a way that is informative, engaging, and, where appropriate, lightly ironic. A childhood built for power. Kim Jong-un's early life is wrapped in deliberate mystery, but what is widely accepted paints a clear picture of privilege. He is the youngest son of Kim Jong-il and the grandson of Kim Il-sung, the founding father of North Korea. Power, in other words, was not something he chased, it was something he inherited. Unlike the average North Korean citizen, Kim Jong-un reportedly spent part of his youth abroad, studying in Switzerland under an assumed name. Former classmates have described a boy fascinated by basketball, American pop culture, and luxury brands. It's an origin story that feels almost cinematic, a future authoritarian leader developing his tastes for Western indulgence while representing one of the most anti-Western regimes on Earth. When Kim Jong-il began preparing his son for leadership around 2010, the transition was swift. By December 2011, Kim Jong-un was supreme leader, believed to be in his late 20s, young, inexperienced, but already accustomed to a lifestyle few could imagine. A public image carefully rewritten. Kim Jong-un's marriage to Ri Sol-ju marked a noticeable shift in how North Korea presented its leader. Unlike previous first ladies who remained largely invisible, Ri Sol-ju appeared frequently in state media, dressed in tailored outfits and designer accessories. Her presence signaled modernity, relatability, and, perhaps unintentionally, immense wealth. Rumors of luxury handbags, including Dior clutches, circulated widely. While North Korea officially condemns capitalist excess, the First Lady's wardrobe quietly told a different story. The couple's public appearances felt less like communist austerity and more like a tightly controlled fashion editorial. Kim's friendship with former NBA star Dennis Rodman further emphasized this contradiction. Their highly publicized meetings, complete with basketball games and casual banter, offered the world a glimpse of a leader who enjoyed celebrity culture as much as political theater. Palaces fit for a dynasty. At the heart of Kim Jong-un's reported lifestyle is real estate on a staggering scale. The Ryeong-song residence, often described as his primary home, is not merely a mansion. It is a sprawling, fortress-like compound in Pyongyang, complete with underground bunkers, private shooting ranges, stables, swimming pools, and banquet halls. Built during the era of Kim Il-sung, the complex reflects a dynasty obsessed with permanence and security. Layers of fencing, guarded checkpoints, and restricted airspace ensure near total isolation. Witness accounts describe interiors filled with plush carpets, ornate chandeliers, and furniture more commonly associated with European palaces than socialist republics. Beyond Ryeong-song, multiple reports suggest that the Kim family has access to more than a dozen luxury residences across the country, connected by private roads and underground tunnels. For a nation that restricts domestic travel for ordinary citizens, this network of hidden palaces represents privilege at its most extreme. Trains, planes, and rolling fortresses. Kim Jong-un's transportation choices are as symbolic as they are extravagant, reflecting a leadership style built on control, security, and spectacle. While he does possess a personal aircraft, often informally dubbed Air Force Un, his preferred method of travel mirrors that of his father, the heavily armored, custom-built train. This is not nostalgia. It is strategy. Trains allow predictable routes, sealed environments, and layered security in ways aircraft cannot. These trains are not ordinary rail cars by any definition. They function as mobile command centers, equipped with conference rooms, private dining spaces, sleeping quarters, communication hubs, and reinforced armor. Travel reportedly involves multiple decoy trains running ahead and behind the main convoy, helicopter surveillance overhead, and advanced security teams inspecting tracks hours before movement. One train is said to carry Kim's armored Mercedes limousine, while another transports his mobile bathroom, an almost surreal detail that underscores the lengths taken to maintain comfort and control. This is transportation designed not for speed, but for absolute dominance over every variable. A garage worthy of a supervillain. Luxury vehicles form another pillar of Kim Jong-un's rumored wealth, and the scale is difficult to ignore. Various reports suggest his personal collection exceeds 100 vehicles, ranging from armored Mercedes Maybach limousines to Rolls-Royce sedans, Range Rovers, and high-performance sports cars. Each vehicle is not just transportation, but a symbol of power, insulation, and immunity from the rules imposed on everyone else. The irony is striking. In a country where private car ownership is rare and fuel is tightly controlled, the supreme leader's garages reportedly resemble those of oil-rich monarchies. Importing these vehicles requires elaborate networks designed to bypass international sanctions, often routing purchases through third countries. Every new car, therefore, becomes more than a luxury item. It becomes a quiet act of defiance against the global system enforcing isolation on North Korea. Music, watches, and very expensive hobbies. Kim Jong-un's interests extend far beyond military parades and political theater. He is widely described as a genuine music enthusiast, with reports claiming he imported dozens of grand pianos along with high-end recording equipment. Individual pianos can cost well into six figures, making the total investment staggering by any standard, especially in a country where most citizens have limited access to electricity. His taste for luxury is also visible in his accessories. Kim has been photographed wearing Swiss luxury watches valued at tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Combined with reports of karaoke sessions, a fondness for Western pop hits, and interest in K-pop performances, a curious picture emerges. A leader who consumes global culture enthusiastically while denying that same cultural exposure to his people. It is indulgence paired with restriction, enjoyment paired with censorship. Dining like a head of state. Every night, food may be where the contrast between ruler and ruled is most jarring. While food insecurity remains a persistent issue for large segments of the North Korean population, Kim Jong-un is reported to enjoy imported cheeses, premium seafood, rare wines, and top-shelf spirits sourced from across Europe and beyond. His culinary preferences are said to be precise and well-known within diplomatic circles. Chefs involved in high-level summits have noted that North Korean delegations often arrive with their own ingredients, sometimes even specifying preparation methods in advance. There are claims, widely reported though difficult to independently verify, of single evenings involving multiple bottles of vintage French wine, each costing more than the average North Korean earns in a year. Dining, for Kim, appears not just as sustenance but as ritualized luxury, repeated nightly. Ski resorts and golf courses. Kim Jong-un's time studying in Switzerland left a lasting impression, particularly his love of skiing. That fascination materialized in the Musikryong ski resort, a multi-million-dollar development constructed with remarkable speed. The resort features modern lifts, luxury hotels, imported snowmaking equipment, and multiple slopes designed for different skill levels. Officially promoted as a symbol of national progress, the resort remains largely inaccessible to ordinary citizens due to cost, location, and travel restrictions. Private golf courses tell a similar story. Continuing a family tradition, Kim reportedly maintains multiple exclusive courses that require millions in construction costs and substantial annual maintenance. According to defector accounts, These projects are funded through state resources, reinforcing the perception of leisure infrastructure built primarily for the ruling elite rather than the public. Power, pleasure, and persistent allegations. Some of the most controversial claims surrounding Kim Jong-un involve alleged entertainment groups reserved exclusively for senior officials and party elites. These reports, based largely on defector testimony and investigative journalism, describe tightly controlled environments designed to serve the personal and social needs of those within the leadership circle. While specific details vary and are notoriously difficult to independently confirm, the consistency of such accounts over decades contributes to a broader narrative, extreme privilege concentrated among a tiny inner circle, shielded from law, accountability, and public scrutiny. Whether every allegation is accurate or not, they reinforce the same underlying theme: North Korea's leadership operates within a parallel reality, one defined by excess and insulation in a nation defined by limits and control. And that's what makes Kim Jong-un's world so unsettling. While an entire nation lives under limits, one man lives beyond them. From armored trains and hidden palaces to luxury cars, private resorts, and carefully curated excess, his lifestyle tells a story very different from the one shown on state television. If you found this deep dive eye-opening, disturbing, or just impossible to look away from, make sure to like and subscribe for more stories that uncover how power really lives behind closed doors.